And now that I made that adjustment, we have double teams to both these guys, meaning that this is just the easiest pocket in the world to throw from, as I can just fade behind these guys. Even though this receiver does not have an assignment in blocking, he's supposed to be running a route. If you hike the ball when he's behind the left tackle, he's going to immediately turn to a blocker, and he's immediately going to have the awareness required to pick everybody up. So now we have 6 guys coming in. We have a 6th blocker added. You can see everybody's getting picked up. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below. Welcome back, Money Team. This is Madden Money Shot, snipping out the college cheese and Madden cheese as always. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys some pass protection tips, tricks, and cheats that will help you to stop getting sacked as much and make your offense that much better in both games. But before I do, as always, if you guys want to see more videos like this, please make sure to be a subscriber. Hit the like button, let me know in the comment section. If you guys need more help or more money plays, you can download any of my ebooks instantly simply by clicking links in the description or the top pinned comment. Now, I'm using the North Texas Mean Green, which is basically one of my favorite teams to use because of their offensive playbook that I put out. But I really just want to use a weaker team because I'm going up against Ohio State and their loaded front four, which is probably the best in the entire game. Now, before I go over pass protection things that you can do to help out when it comes to blocking, just know that when you're going against an overpowered defensive front like this, that sometimes you're going to get animations like this where the defensive tackle just hops over the guard and there's not a lot you can do. So one of the most important things you're going to have at all times is a check down. Now, the best audibles are all going to be found in your hot routes, as you don't necessarily have to pick a play that has a audible option. On a play like this, though, the running back is a pretty good check down. You'll see a lot of people using table routes like this, but if it's a man coverage like this was, you can see how he's all over it, as that route really only beats zone. So there's 2 or maybe even 3 routes in your arsenal when it comes to your hot routes that you can create that will beat man and zone. When it comes to the running back, the best one is definitely going to be the out route, which is going to be the left stick to the right. As you're going to see here, that's going to basically beat man and zone. I'll put the tight end on a streak or just anything deeper just to pull back coverage. I mean, I can put him on a 10-yard in route. It really doesn't matter, but just any route deeper than what he's running. And you'll notice that he'll pull back the zones if it's a zone coverage. And if it's a man coverage, he'll typically beat outside. As you can see right there, the running back was running into the lineman the entire way. He didn't even get a clean escape. We'll go to the replay to show that real quick. He didn't even get a clean escape against a man coverage, but he still beat that. I thought that he was going to get caught up. As you can see right here, he doesn't get off that lineman very easily, and the guy's waiting for him. But the second he does, he still beats that man coverage for an easy catch and run of over 10 yards. The best route that you could put a tight end or a receiver on is going to be a drag. As you'll notice here that both, I can drag more than one guy. If you ever watch my gameplays, I use double drags a lot, as these are routes that will also beat both man and zone. As you can see right there, we get a space between the zones. The best 2 routes are definitely drags and out routes, or in routes, which I could do here. I could put my running back on an in route, and it's going to work the same way as I had the double drags concept, only this time it's a running back running an in route that works as one of the drags. Now for my next tip, I'm going to use the formation, the normal Y off, because this is one of the few formations in this entire playbook that has the tight end at the line of scrimmage, to the point where I could use him to get outside. And on defense, I just want to show you guys how to beat a 4-man rush before I show you guys things that will work against mans or blitzes and stuff like that. So let's go and let's pick the cover 3 match. Now the first thing I want to go over when it comes to actually avoiding sacks is how you slide in the pocket. I find it's best to let the quarterback get set and then make your decision which how you want to move. As you can see right there, a lot of people will move too quickly. Number one, if you drop back outside too much, you'll make it easier for the lineman to beat their blocks. And if you're also dropping back too far, you'll get to a point where you'll actually lose the icons. You can see here, I can always drop back, but now the icons are gone to the point where you have to remember who the receiver was, because you lose the icon once you get back too far. So that's one thing to do to make sure that you just let the quarterback get set before you choose where to go. As you can see right here, letting the quarterback get into his natural drop back allows you to take your eyes off what the quarterback's doing and watch the lineman. So like I said, I'm not doing anything. I'm not touching anything. I'm just watching how my lineman gets set. And then you can see, we see the creation of an opportunity to step up in the pocket based on the fact the defensive end ran outside. And the other thing you want to watch is when you're stepping up as the quarterback, your real goal as the quarterback is to get to a place in the pocket where you are putting your offensive lineman in between you and the rushers. So on a play like this, I let the computer drop back automatically. I didn't do anything. You see how it does that naturally. I don't have to do anything. If I'm moving too much, I'm going to create opportunity for these linemen. So I don't necessarily have to do anything movement wise while the play is getting started. You can see right here, I'm just watching the linemen. Now there's another cheat too. As you notice, I keep escaping to the left. That's because we have 5 linemen blocking and 4 guys rushing, which means we have a one-man advantage. We have 1 additional man compared to how many guys are rushing, which means we're going to get a double team every single time. And on this particular play, we're going to get a double team on whoever's closest to the quarterback, which in this scenario is this defender here, 98. He's in the A gap, which means that, or he might not be in the A gap, he might be in the B gap, but it doesn't really matter. He's closest to the quarterback, which means every single play he's going to get double teamed. And if I hike the ball, if you watch 64 and 65, they're going to take on 98 every single time. Now in this play here, the edge rusher tries to win inside, meaning that I can go outside. It's really that simple, but I'm favoring the left side because I know that I have an advantage. I have 3 blockers on the left side taking on 2 guys. So I know every single play that all I really have to watch is 58 on, I think, what is that, 78? I'm not even sure who that defensive player is. But let's watch the replay here because this is a perfect example of when to step up. This is the only guy I really have to watch, 78. Every single play, because I know that 98 is going to be swallowed up by the double team. And as the play starts, you can see 64 and 65 take him on. He tries to win inside, which means that I know that I can escape outside. The second that he steps up to the inside like that, there's nobody containing the edge. So I go outside for a very easy run on this play, but I could have easily stayed outside and just tried to complete a pass. So I know, based on the fact that tackle is going to be double teamed and he's going to lose 9 times out of 10 because he's being blocked by 2 guys on both sides. I know I really only got to watch 58 and 78. So on this play here, like I said, he's winning outside. We can step up right up the middle right there, as I probably could have stepped up to the left, but I know where my safe space is. My safe space is the double team every single time. I know behind these 2 guys that I have a wall. So when this starts up, everybody else is one-on-one. They can win inside, they can win outside, but I know that I can step up behind 64 and 65 because they're not going to lose that battle based on the fact that it's 2 against 1. So double teams are key to success, but you can always create more double teams with additional blockers. Typically, the tight end is going to be the best way to create a double team. But if I put A here on a regular block, he's not going to double team Bosa. He's going to get a single one-on-one, and then both of the tackles are going to get doubled. And you can see how that can be helpful if you want to double team both the tackles, but it lets the defensive end come right off the edge because let's face it, your defensive end is not going to be as good of a blocker, or your tight end is not as good of a blocker as the defensive end he's facing. Now on this particular play though, I can make more double teams in a more useful way if I motion this guy across and put him on a pass block on the left side, because we already saw how 64 and 65 are guaranteed to double the nose, meaning that now these guys have no choice but to double team the defensive end. There's no such thing as a triple team in college. So if I motion this guy across, you'll see how we have double teams on both these players, making it really easy to just step outside the pocket here as we're trying to hold the ball a little bit long there. But you can see how easy it is now that I made that motion and now that I made that adjustment. We have double teams to both these guys, meaning that this is just the easiest pocket in the world to throw from, as I can just fade behind these guys and have nothing but time to throw the ball. So this is one of the best tricks, is having a tight end in line and then motioning him over to double team the side that essentially you already have a blocking advantage, because now we got a 4-on-2 blocking advantage. And if I just wait, let this pocket get set and then slide across, I got all day to throw the ball here as we just playmaker this guy up the field, or they didn't catch it. But you can see how easy it is. You can guarantee that this one side of the field is locked down simply by motioning across this tight end and putting him on a block. And now we know that all we have to do is just fade away from this side of the field, and look how easy it is to step up in the pocket. But like I said, I'm not worried about the results, but you can see how good that is. Now the next best thing to do when it comes to blocking is you have a couple different options when it comes to the running back and the receiver, but we're going to switch over to an actual blitz to make this happen. So a lot of people don't know that when you face a man zero blitz, something like the linebacker blitz here, or I think this is called the Overstorm Brave in a lot of formations. Let's go and let's pick that play. On this play here, obviously I'm going to get beat because I don't have enough blockers. I can't really run and evade from this. I have to do something. I have to set something up. And the best way to pick up this additional blocker is a motion snap, either by B or by Y or whatever receiver you're not really using on the play. if you bring this guy in and hike the ball when he's in between the tackles like he is right here, although it didn't let me do it behind the left tackle, so I might do it behind the right tackle. Sometimes it'll only let you do it from one area, and some receivers it won't let you do it at all. As you can see right there, we didn't actually have any success with it. So this particular formation, it might be restricted to like the slot receiver or something like that. So let's go and let's motion this guy across. Somebody will be able to motion snap. As you can see right there, we motion snap, it picked the extra blitzer up perfectly. Even though this receiver does not have an assignment in blocking, he's supposed to be running a route, if you hike the ball when he's behind the left tackle, he's going to immediately turn to a blocker, and he's immediately going to have the awareness required to pick everybody up. So now we have 6 guys coming in, we have a 6th blocker added. You can see everybody's getting picked up, and this works no matter where the blitz is coming from. So if you don't know where it's coming from, you don't want to have to slide protect or try to figure it out, or ID the mic, and you don't know who's actually blitzing. Like, it figures it out on its own, and it figures it out on the fly. The other part of this is you could also put the running back on a block to try to pick that up, or the tight end on a block. But when you do this, you'll notice that whoever was covering those guys will become extra zone defenders, essentially, to double team receivers. So on this play here, when I blocked the running back, you can see how his defender, who's supposed to cover him, drops back and basically mans it like a zone. A lot of times, like the guy on the tight end, he drops back into a deep zone, double teaming this receiver. So whenever you take these guys and make them blockers, yeah, it'll help pick up the blitz, but it'll make the coverage harder to beat, as this guy here is cutting off the slant, and this guy here is double teaming as a deep safety to double team over the top. So obviously that's, not necessarily a win, but if you put the running back on a block and release, you'll notice now, and then add him to the blocking structure, you'll notice now that he is on a pattern, which means that the tight end, who at the moment has the M above his head, originally was dropping back into a zone. Now he's just going to hover around the line of scrimmage and not really cover anybody, because technically the running back is on a pattern, and you can see how it makes it that much easier to complete a pass downfield. And you see, now you get the best of both worlds, as the running back is going to help to pick up the blitzers, while his defender is really just waiting around the line of scrimmage. He shoots down to basically just stand around and do nothing, because the running back's blocking, but he's technically on a route, so he has to wait for him to check and release, while I just basically complete this pass very easy over the top, based on the fact that we got a one-on-one instead of a double team. Which brings me to my last tip. Since you can't check and release tight ends anymore with audibles, one of the best ways to pick up blitzes is going to be with running back formations where there's 2 running backs or more, as you also have things like the pistol here. I could put probably all these guys into pass protection, and let's just experiment. Since they're all in the backfield here, we should be able to block and release all these guys to the point where if we really have somebody setting some crazy blitz, just make sure you add them to the blocking structure. And now I only got 2 receivers, but you'll see how the pass pro is going to be about as good as it gets, as the receiver still couldn't get open. But the more running backs, the merrier. The more guys in the backfield. If you need more pass blocking options against the guys that are running mans or blitzes, the more running backs you have, the better, because they're the only position that can actually do these check and release routes now. So I'm going to end the video there. I did put out a video not too long ago explaining some glitches that you can do with motions. So if you guys want to learn more about this, I'll have that pop up on the screen. So just click the links. And until next time, thanks for watching, man. Much it out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.